It's a big $100 note.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's call. We're just doing a quick get-together. It's been a while since we've done one of these because I've been overseas for 7 weeks and coming back and then the conference and all of that. So I haven't really had the opportunity to actually just sit down and quiet down, and then I wanted to get everybody on and just to really connect. So last week we came out of, well, actually I'll backtrack a little bit about that. So I am recording this for the guys who can't make the call, but it's just a brief catch up. We'll talk about a few things. We'll do some questions and answers, see what anybody needs help with, and see if we can get some clarity and shed some light on some things for some people. Jacqueline and I had a great chat today, didn't we, Jacqueline? An hour and 16 minutes. Goodness, but it was really good. I had some light bulb moments. So just coming back so I've come back from the cruise, the Mediterranean cruise, and I was so lucky enough to see Carla. Carla was so gracious. Her father and stepmom opened their home to us, and they were beautiful people, and Carla took us around as well and showed us Pula, where she lives, and we went to Rovigna, and it was just stunning. It was absolutely a pleasure. And this is what I love about this business, the fact that you actually can meet people around the world and build friendships with people that you wouldn't normally have ever met. So I would never have met Carla was it not for this opportunity. So I'm really grateful and gracious to have all of you in my life. And lots more is coming, guys. Lots more. We can expect amazing big things if you stick with it. Okay. So going back to the cruise. This, and I shot a video with Angela. I'm pretty sure I posted it shortly after. We had no Wi-Fi on the ship, so we could only post, Lourdes, you look gorgeous. Did you hear that? You can't hear me. You look stunning. Just the light and everything. So, on the ship.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I said you look gorgeous.
Sorry, I was having problems with my audio, and I'm thinking, what am I doing?
No, you look beautiful.
Sorry.
Actually, before we continue on, we've got a couple of new people on the call. We're just Luciana. I think just Luciana. So where are you from, Luciana?
I'm from Brazil.
And where do you live at the moment?
On Gold Coast.
On the Gold Coast. Awesome. So you've only been in for how long?
It's been a week, pretty much, yeah.
and Luciana, you came to the conference?
Yes, I did. It was amazing. I really loved it.
And how did you find the team spirit and the community and what you saw?
Oh, I loved everyone, especially Maya's team. What she did. She got a house for her team and all that. I really loved it. And then on Monday I decided, that's it. I'm gonna join it.
Excellent. So look what you've got ahead of you. All more of this exciting stuff. So guys,
yes.
I just if everybody wants to just quickly say their name, where they're from, and how long they've been in, so Luciana can meet some people, and then plus all the new people who are going to be watching the recording can see where you're from. Is that all right? You start with you, Kenny. You're on mute.
Yes.
What's your name? Where are you from? And how long have you been here? And what's your rank?
Kenny Kursiowski. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. My postcode is 3023. No, I'm only kidding. I've been doing it for 9 months. I'm Pearl at the moment and going to Sapphire pretty soon.
Yay! Halfway to Sapphire at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick and Tracy.
Hey.
Hi. We've been with Jeunesse nearly 6 months. We're executives, but we're one off Jade.
Yay!
Never stop working on
and
it.
loving it. Yeah, loving
Excellent. Where do you live?
We're in Brisbane, Tanamera, just up the road from the Gold Coast.
Perfect. Rick, can you hear us, Rick?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got you, Anna. Rick Bartolozzi. I'm in Sydney. Currently Pearl going on Sapphire. Been in the business for probably about the same as Kenny, about 9 months. Loving it. Hustling like you wouldn't believe, most I've ever done. Got a lot of people on standby at the moment, and hopefully there'll be a couple of sign-ups in the next couple of days.
Awesome. Thanks, Rick. Kat, where are you from?
Okay. Oh, shit.
Hi, it's me, Kat, from Sydney. I've been with Jeunesse just over a year, and I'm a procrastinating pearl.
We sound
That's
like
okay. I'm getting there.
that's all right, as long as you're moving forward and you're plugged in. It's kind of like we're kind of like an AA meeting.
Yeah.
Max, you want to share your story quickly?
Hi everybody, Max here, Max Decia from Sydney, and I've been in the business for 6 months. I'm actually on the Central Coast. Luciana knows me because we've been talking since December as well. So hi Luciana, how are you? And I'm what am I? Jade, almost pearl.
Awesome. Thanks, Max. Carla.
Hey everybody, my name is Carla Quaranta. I'm from Croatia, Europe, and I'm one short of Jade. Working on that today, exactly.
Awesome. Thanks,
Yeah.
Carla. And yeah, okay. And Aneta? Aneta is the wife of
Kenny. We're just in separate rooms at the moment. From Melbourne, been in the business for 9 months and currently Pearl.
Awesome. Lourdes.
Hello, Lourdes Wyatt, and I've been in the business just over a year, and I'm a Sapphire.
And from?
Oh, Perth, WA, North Fiji. Not that you'd know where that is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lourdes. Jacqueline.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline, and I'm on the Gold Coast, and I'm currently a Pearl.
Oh, awesome. And Jade, I don't know if you want to put yourself, unmute yourself and share where you're from. Yeah, she did. Good girl.
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I'm from Perth. I've been doing it, I don't know how long now, like 9 months or something, maybe a bit more, but I'm still executive.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome that you jumped on the call. Okay, so what I was starting to share with everybody was about the cruise, and the interview that I did with Angela, she says this is what it's all about. It's about the stories. She said every port that we were at, we could come back with a story. It's about the lifestyle experiences that we can have in this business, and it's really not that hard to qualify to get to a cruise like that or a trip like that. As long as we had Jades. I think we had Jades and Pearls that were on the cruise as well, but they just did really big blitzes in selling packs. So it's about the travel points. If you don't do cycles, then it's about the travel points. So if you work hard within a 5-month block, you can qualify for trips. And so we'll find out where the next one is at the August University. So that's going to be in Melbourne. We don't have the dates for that yet, but it's just so look. It's amazing to have these experiences. And we also came off the Sapphire dinner, so we had Kenny and we had Lourdes there. Lourdes qualified herself, and she brought a guest there along there. Kenny was my guest because he's the hardest working guy in my team that's not a Sapphire yet. So share guys your experience of that Sapphire dinner, which was your first experience of a 5-star Jeunesse experience.
It was my second.
Oh, second. Where was your first? Oh,
Singapore.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Singapore. But this time you were qualified, though.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it was fantastic. It was a great night. Lots of fun, lots of glitz and glamour. Everyone was in a fantastic mood, and food was fabulous. Drinks were endless, and yeah, it was a good night. It was a lot of fun. There was lots of things to do, and the actual whole conference was amazing. It was probably the best conference that I've been to, only because it was so personal and so realistic, and you could see that there are struggles and people do have their ups and downs, and stick to it. You can achieve it if you have the drive to get there. So You know, it is doable. You just got to hang in there.
That's the key. You've got to hang in there. And Lourdes came all the way over to the Gold Coast from Perth, so she had a fair distance. Not only that, she took the midnight flight, which got her in at 6 a.m. and straight to the conference. Now that's commitment.
Yeah.
So depends what you're prepared to do. Yes.
And Karen was there as well.
Karen, yeah.
Karen Marshall.
Karen, that's right.
Yeah.
Lourdes' Sapphire. So Kenny and Annetta, do you want to share your experience about being there for the first time at a Jeunesse 5-star event?
Hi, everyone. Go ahead, Kenny. Go.
You go.
Yeah, exactly what Lourdes said. The atmosphere was amazing. You know, and just to see all the leaders there and, you know, like Lourdes said, you know, with the conference, the struggle is real, and it hit home, and, you know, there were tears, and it just made it real. You know, real people with real struggles, and yeah.
Thanks, Annetta. What about you, Kenny?
Well, exactly what Anita and Lourdes said. But when Lyndon and Craig came on, and Aaron and that, with their stories, that like it hits people right in the face with the stories they've got, because like you got family and the struggles, and plus Lyndon with his mum really hit home for me. That I did have a tear, but I kept it in. I would have been sucking if I didn't keep it in. It was strong. It was, you know, his mum that gave birth to him and raised him, and as a man that he is at the moment is because of her. You know what I mean? And I admire that, and yeah, that just hit home for me very much. And because my dad passed away 4 years ago, and that resonated with me because my dad taught me what he knows growing up. And yeah, I just thought of my dad and what he taught me, and it resonated with Lyndon. And yeah, like you said, it's all the people's got real struggles. People don't realise how hard it can get. And I really thank you for inviting me for the Sapphire Night, because that experience I'll never forget. The whole experience, like meeting all you guys, especially Max and Tracy and Mick and that for the first time, and Rick and Lourdes. I don't know if I met you. I think I met you some other conference. Yeah, and just they're just real people with real problems at the end of the day, and we just need to stick with it. And I know, Kat, you've been with the company for a while, and you're saying you pronounce, I don't know how you say that word.
Procrastinating.
Yeah, that. But you know, you're going to keep on going. I know you're going to keep on going, and that's what it's all about. Just not quitting. And
yeah,
at the end of the day, we're all human.
Oh, yeah, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm the longest pearl in the company. I'll still get up on stage for being pearl for a long time.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
I believe in the product. I've seen what it's done for me, and the business side of it, you can't go wrong. So I'm there. Doesn't matter if my whole team falls apart, which it did, and I had issues with other things. It doesn't matter. I'm still here.
Everything that happens is a test to you, basically, to see how much you want this, okay? Now, when we saw Susan Land's story, I used to work with her at the computer markets in Canberra 10 years ago. And now she's almost a double diamond. I don't know if you saw her post. She made 700 cycles this week. But in the first 3 years, she had every reason to quit. She had every reason to quit. It took her 3 years to get to Ruby. In January last year, she cycled 175 times. By the end of the year, she cycled 1,700 something times. She was nearly a double diamond. So it's all about how long are you going to stay? What hurdles are you prepared to overcome and jump over? What's your commitment level? And it's all a personal journey. It's all a personal journey. And what the biggest thing that I got out of the conference, which is true for every one of us, it doesn't matter what level you're at. I'm stuck at elite. I'm having trouble getting over to Ruby. So, but I'm not going to give up. I cannot imagine being anywhere else. No other company, no other system, no other anything. And what I find so important and so special about this company is our leadership. We have personal relationships with our leaders. Any one of you can pick up the phone and talk to Lyndon if he's in the country or if you need him for some reason. We can talk to 6- and 7-figure income earners at the drop of a hat. And I've never seen that anywhere else. And we have that here. So what I love about this is the unity and that the connectedness that we all have. And one of my dreams for everybody here, for all of us as a team, is to literally be able to travel, is to be able to say, hey, let's go to Mauritius for a weekend, or let's go to Fiji for 5 nights just as a team. Yeah, that sort of stuff. They're my goals and dreams. I don't know if they're yours, but some people with the team. Imagine that, because the thing about these conferences is just so go, go, go. I didn't really get a chance to really sit with anybody, and like Lourdes, I think I probably saw you. I barely saw you. I mean, I saw your presence. You were in the area, but it was just because you were working with your team, and I was also working with people that were there that I don't get to see much and that sort of stuff. So I would love to have an opportunity for us to just as a team to go somewhere for a whole weekend and just be together with no running around or anything like that. So the conference was amazing. And like Lourdes says, it was the best one I've ever experienced because it was raw, it was personal. And that's what I love about these people, our leadership as well. They are raw and personal, and they shared their story. What about that story about the Philippines? How they went over to the Philippines and it was just nightmare and disasters, one after the other. And then one of their people who ended up being Ruby 2 or 3 years later just suddenly dies. Just the obstacles and the hurdles that they had to overcome. But through that and through the patience of that and through the nurturing of that and through the believing in that and the growing of that and the supporting of that, they've now got their first emerald in the Philippines. So the conference really taught me or showed me again just about believing in where we are, who we're partnered with, who we're connected with, and believing in our goals and our dreams. Now, what we need to do, though, is people forget, because we treat this as it's a business. Some treat it more as a hobby. Others treat it more as a business. And yes, life gets in the way. And you guys that have got little kiddies, you've got your hands full. And we've got, tennis lessons and all these sorts of different lessons, and you're always being pulled all over the place. But at least then you come back and put your Jeunesse hat on and you focus on what you want out of this business. And it will happen. Okay. Look, I have lots of hurdles as well. And what Craig said is about, that slide about the dips and the riding of the bike, the pushing the bike. He says you start along this business and it's really great. And then all of a sudden you start to go uphill and then you fall into a ditch. And then you say to yourself, I don't think I can get out of this ditch. Or your team leaves. So look, I've had people leave. This is the nature of this business. People are looking for get-rich-quick schemes and they will go and jump at the next shiny ball. So I've had a bunch of sapphires leave my business, my downline, my business, and go to the next shiny ball object because they think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, but it doesn't work that way. This business, it's like planting. When you buy a seedling, like a tree, if you buy a seedling and you plant it in the ground and you look after it and you nurture it and it's there for 12 months or something, and then you think, oh, this ground over there looks a little bit better. I'm going to pull out that seedling that started to take root. I'm going to pull it out and go plant it somewhere else. And then I'm going to go plant it somewhere else 6 months later, or I'm going to plant it somewhere else 5 months later or a year later or whatever. You don't have a strong foundation. That tree is going to be sick and it's not going to have very good roots. So I truly believe that we're in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right products. So many people have had physical changes, skin-wise or appearance-wise, and also physical body changes through our amazing, amazing products. So that's the importance. I mean, everybody here was at the conference. except Carla. Sorry, Carla. Oh, and Jade wasn't there as well. But Carla, yeah, Carla's a little bit far away. But Carla gets to experience things like Paris. We don't. And London and that kind of stuff because she's in that area. So let's talk about prospecting. So I was talking to Jacqueline this morning about why the Chinese team are so successful. The Chinese teams are so successful because they build in community where there's strong bonds and strong beliefs, and it's bred throughout their families and throughout their inner communities. We don't do that. What we do is we try, and I'm the same. I haven't built in my community. We're trying to find strangers on Facebook, and we're trying to find, and then they're trying to find strangers, and they're trying to find strangers. That's really watering down our businesses. When we build in community and build local in community and try and get families and teams and that kind of stuff to get a sense of community, our businesses will grow quicker. I mean, it's up to us. It's up to us how we want to build. We always want, of course, those team players. If I was calling a few people today, interviewing a few people that corresponded to my video campaign, and I basically interviewed them. I said, so do you know anything about personal development? I'm not just going to sign anybody anymore, because if you sign anybody, I mean, look, you never know. Like the person who signed Angela, she hasn't done anything with the business, but she signed a superstar on board. So we don't judge, but the higher caliber person that you get for your business. So there's 5 categories, and Lyndon always talks about those 5 categories. So people that have their own business. People that have their own business, if we target people that have their own businesses, they know what it takes. They're entrepreneurial. Their mindset is already there to be able to build their own business and do what it takes to build a business. Because 90% of the success rate or the successful people come from there. So anybody with party plan experience or direct sales experience or network marketing experience, because they've been there, done that. So I've come from 2 of those categories, self-employed and the party plan industry. Anybody that does high sales or like high ticket sales, like real estate agents or insurance brokers or people that work with car salesmen, people that work on high commissions. The other areas to target are people who take care of their appearance, who are in the beauty industry or the fitness industry, because they see the value in our products. They see the value in being able to promote something that actually that does change lives. And the 5th category is people that have influence in the community. So people that have influence in the community, those who are running sort of groups, netball associations or women's tennis clubs or daycare, not daycare, like day children's groups or whatever. Those people have influence in the community, and they're go-getters because they have to do a lot of organising and planning. So as far as prospecting goes, does anybody want to share how they prospect? Prospecting is that's of course the number 1 skill that we need to learn. And Eric Worre, I got an email from Eric Worre, and he's doing a free training on how to prospect. It's going to be a 1-hour webinar. You can I've posted that in our Dare to Dream Team Facebook group. I've posted the link there. Go and register for it, because you get access to that training for 3 days, and it's about it's sort of like prospecting 101. Okay, so when you prospect people, we don't vomit all over people, but this is a process, and a process that you learn. Okay, so what we do if we run into somebody, we ask them questions. So for example, I met a woman on the flight on the way to the conference, and I could see that she was really tired, she was really exhausted, but she looked good. She looked like a businesswoman or that sort of stuff. And I didn't speak to her for the whole trip. And then eventually she put her head in her hands, and I thought, oh no, she's going to be sick or something. And I thought maybe she's got a big headache. And I said, are you okay? Look, I've got some Panadol if you'd like some. And she said, oh no, she goes, I'm just really exhausted. And then that was how I started a conversation with her. Oh wow, why are you exhausted? Oh, because I've just come out of a conference, a whole week conference. I said, oh, wow, what sort of conference was it? And she told me what it was. And I said, oh, that's funny. I'm flying to a conference. Oh, really? What are you? So I was doing the be more interested than interesting. Okay, I learned that from Todd Falcone. I bought his program last time I saw him. Lourdes, have you got Todd Falcone's program? Did you buy that as well in Melbourne at the university? Sorry, in Sydney?
No, I didn't.
Okay, cool. So he talks about, and that's also in the book on how to win friends and influence people. It's about eye contact. It's about really listening to people, listening to who they are. Look, I used to talk a lot about myself, but the way to win friends and influence people is just to ask people questions about them and be genuinely interested. And then you look for an opportunity, or you don't have to look for an opportunity, but if an opportunity arises for you to then, because when you talk to someone about them, they're going to turn around and ask you questions about you, sort of thing. So with this woman, I said, oh, look, I'm going to an anti-aging, she said, what's the conference about? I said, look, it's just, it's based on adult stem cell technology and anti-aging. That's what I said to her, because I know she's a middle-aged woman. Oh, wow, what is it? She goes, oh, wow, I need some of that. I said, yeah, I know, I'm actually 75, something like that. So I just made a bit of a joke to break the ice, and she laughed about that. And she goes, oh, wow, have you got some details? I said, yeah, absolutely, because I didn't want to pitch her about business, because she's just come back from a conference. She's got a big headache. And so I gave her my card, and she goes, perfect. I said, just check out the website there, or give me a call, and I can help you. I can show you what we've got. And she said, yeah, fantastic. Then she reached into her handbag, gave me her card, and I spoke to her, and that was it. I left it at that. I didn't go any further. I had her card. Boom. That's the lottery ticket. You want to get people's details, okay? So then I spoke to her a couple of days ago, and she said, look, I was in Isagenix. And she says, but look, I like to party and I like to drink. And I said, yeah, I know how that feels. And she says, so being in Isagenix isn't conducive to the lifestyle that I live. So she's already been in network marketing. She says, and anti-aging, me and my friends, we're at that age group where we would love that sort of stuff. She said, if it works, I can sell it to all my friends. Boom. And that was one way of prospecting. So the other ways of prospecting is just asking a question. Don't vomit all over people and give them your story. Oh, I'm in anti-aging. We've got $1 billion company. We've created 170 seven-figure income earners and blah, 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 all this sort of stuff. That's the quickest way to repel anyone. You want to find out who a person is, what they're looking for, what they do in life. You look for a source of pain, and then after, if you get a chance, doesn't mean you have to prospect everyone you come across. But after you get a chance, you can say, listen, have you ever thought about doing anything outside of what you're currently doing? You know, those sorts of things. There's lots of those little, and I've shared that many times in the Ultimate Memory Jogger, which is in the J5 Files tab for all the new, so J5 Files tab, and also in the Dare to Dream Team Files tab. There's lots of scripts in the back of this book. And also, this is the #1 tool that you need to get as well to listen to, Eric Worre GoPro. You can get it $10 on eBay. So has anybody got any questions about or need some help with prospecting?
No, I'm good.
I got a question, Anna.
Sure.
Do you know, we were talking to you like before this. You know, we've got a lot of prospects, but when they want the information, we send them information, they don't respond. They just always let them be for the moment, then message them again, or what should we do?
Well, that's different. They're the ones that have come through video marketing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Through video marketing. Yeah, look, we get a lot of people like that. We're not here to chase anyone, okay? You can follow up on people. Look, sometimes I sign someone up 6 months later. Just because a prospect hasn't responded or hasn't replied or anything like that at the start, I check in on them every 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Hey, how you doing? And then you comment on their wall so that you keep in their field, in their radar, so that your name pops up. But Also, have a look at the quality of that prospect. Is that really someone that you want to chase? Is that really someone that you would like to work with? Is that really someone that's going to bring value to your business? Okay, so, and before you send information to people, this is again in the Eric Worre, you pin them down for a time that you can call them back. So if I'm going to send you some information, then so great, how soon will you be able to watch that? So you set up an appointment. You always leave a conversation with an appointment. Okay, great. So I'm going to send you a 15-minute video. How soon will you be able to watch it? Perfect. Okay, so if I just say, they say, look, I'll be able to watch it by 3 o'clock. Okay, wonderful. So if I give you a call at 3:30, you would have watched it for sure. So we do that. And if they don't answer, then it doesn't matter. There's 1 billion people on Facebook around the world. Okay, so we just keep going. Lourdes, how do you prospect and how do you deal with people not getting back to you?
I do various things. So I do video campaigning. I do Facebook, but I establish relationships with people. I don't prospect them. I get to know them. And then eventually they ask me what I do and I ask them what they do. I just establish a friendship first before anything. And then I also talk to people locally. So like tonight I'm going to be talking, after this I'm talking to a girl that I met on Facebook. And then tomorrow I'm talking to another lady who, she contacted me actually. She must have saw one of my posts in a Facebook group. And she's the CEO of some Aboriginal community and she's looking into it. And then tomorrow I'm speaking to a friend of a friend who is a beautician. She has a big network. So just various things really, whatever works at the end of the day. And then if people don't respond, that's okay. I do follow up and say something like, I hope everything's okay. I haven't heard from you. If you're still interested, get back to me. If you're not, I'll just take you off my list, kind of thing. And that sort of gets them coming back a little bit. And if they don't, then I'll follow up again. And, you know, after the third time, I tend to just let them go and then maybe follow up way down the track and say, look, this opportunity is still available. Are you still looking for something? Would love to have a chat with you. Just something like that. But I don't pressure anyone into doing anything. That's not the type of person I want at the end of the day. So
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. So, I mean, look, sometimes it takes 12 months to get someone in. But that's the importance about making sure that you do attraction marketing posts and you do posts that inspire people. But you know, look, this is what something that Lyndon said as well at the conference. He told us to stop hiding behind Facebook, and he has a point. It's about getting out there in the community. It's about maybe connecting with people. I connected with about 20 or 30 people from my local community because I'm kind of sheltered and I stay indoors. I need to get out. I need to get out within the community a bit more as well. And then you just establish relationships with people outside in the community without pitching them. Establish a relationship, establish a friendship. You're interested in people and how they are, what they do and how life is, etc. And eventually you might get an opportunity to say, you know, to share with them what you're doing or invite them to an opportunity meeting or just have coffee. Like Jacqueline's meeting a lot of people having coffee. Jacqueline, do you want to share what you're doing? Jacqueline's establishing a lot of relationships in her local area, and
I'm really sorry I've lost my video, but you can hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm going back to ground zero, and I'm getting out there and I'm doing what I enjoy best, and that is actually meeting people. And when I connect with people one-on-one, I can really judge by how they hold themselves and their energy, as well as to whether or not they would be good if they're a little bit of an introvert as well. And, you know, you can just get to know people, I think, much better when you're face-to-face with each other. You can gauge each other better and you sort of know where you stand and what's going to happen next in the messaging process or a follow-up phone call process. But I was really happy when Lyndon said stop hiding behind Facebook, because it took a lot of pressure off me. because although I enjoy my Facebook page, it's been making me stressed about my business building. So because I might not be the best at forming relationships and or not so much forming relationships, but I might not be the best at getting leads on Facebook, I'm certainly enjoying building my network and connecting with people that way. And then let's just have coffee, because I have people asking me, because I like to connect with people who are life coaches. I like to connect with people who are business coaches and all different types of professional networks. And I primarily look for people like that who inspire other people. And so I've got quite a few people on there who are that, and also people who are part of other networking companies. And, you know, I've sent them a message saying, hi, such and such, you know, like, Linda, so happy to connect with you here. It's really great. I look forward to knowing you better. Have a good day. And the genuine people, they always send me a message back, and they've always checked out my profile already, because they always say, oh, you're a makeup artist and an entrepreneur. And I say, yes. Well, tell me more about, you know, that. And I say, well, you know, you're on the Gold Coast. Let's just have coffee, because I'm really interested in such and such. Like, I'm really interested in what this core of people is, you know, what's that? You know, so I've got 2 weeks of coffee catch-ups booked in, and I actually have physical times and physical locations for those. And like I was saying to Anna this morning, it's made me feel a little bit more like I've found my ground again, because that's what I really enjoy to do, is to actually physically meet people. And it's where I actually have a little bit more of my natural ability come out as well, I think, with people. I like to connect one-on-one. And I'm finding too that after I go and physically meet these people, obviously they become our warm market at that point, it's much easier for me just to jump on the phone a week later and say, hey, how you going? You know, like, how did you go with, you know, your website building, or how did you go with the kids' soccer carnival? You know, I'm more relaxed, and that, I think that is definitely having a reflection on me feeling like I'm back to building again. Because, I mean, Anna, I have to tell you that, you know, we got off the phone this morning, and not only did I have that meeting with my prospect that I've actually exposed at least 6 times, who actually almost joined us at conference, not only did we go, okay, snap, she's on the coast, let's just meet. She's ready for a 3-way call. And I mean, this is a girl that told me last week, you know, no, I'm just going to build my other network marketing company. But I was so amped at conference, and she asked how it went. And, you know, I just threw in a line going, oh my gosh, I checked my back office today and I'm in 8 countries and I have 265 people in my business today. And I just like, woo! And I sent her a link as well with some of the doctor's information that he showed us on Reserve, and because she's really health orientated as well. She's also in fitness and in health, and she's also in a charity business as well, or not really a business, but she's in a charity as well that helps other women with eating disorders. And today she brought her sister along, who's also interested in joining her in the business, and they were talking to me about Complan. So they're ready to talk to Anna. And then I got away from my coffee appointment today, and I got home, and there's another message from another lady who is ready to talk to Anna as well, but possibly on a different scale. But, you know, the fact that I'm actually getting people on 3-ways now with Anna, which has been very challenging for me because I've been hiding behind Facebook.
Yeah,
so I know that's a bit long-winded, but I'm so happy, Anna, that I'm just going back to ground zero.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'm really happy about that, and I encourage all of you to get back to that point, because feel so much better, and I feel like I'm coming back into my power again.
And that's what I'm working on as well. I'm working on getting out and into my community here and meeting people, having coffee with people, seeing where they're at, and people that I haven't spoken to for years, and also brand new people. So keep that in mind as well, because this is a network marketing company. Network. You have to network. So you have to talk to people, and building something face to face. You can build rapport. They can see who you are, and you build a relationship. But they might join 12 months down the track, and that's okay. It doesn't matter as long as you're moving forward. So, and Jacqueline, we spoke today about some objections, how to handle objections. Do you want to share any of the? Do you remember any of the objections we spoke about?
Oh, were they at my own objections, or were they other people's objections?
Other people's objections, and you weren't sure how to handle them or what come back. So,
yes, I haven't got my iPad in front of me at the moment. I've had all sorts of different things thrown at me recently, and I've been on the phone with Anna talking about how she would handle that in her language, and everything from people being sent links, and then people saying, oh, I just really want to stick to building my essential oil business and see where that takes me, and then I get a link from them spamming me about another network marketing company they're considering joining because it's a more of a get rich quick venture. And then I've had other objections from people. I'm just trying to think of another one. Do you remember the one we were specifically talking about today, Anna?
No, that's why I asked you. I thought you might remember.
Oh, but I'll have to go back and have a look through. But I've had all sorts of different ones, and I'm just what I'm doing with those people is I am going back to connecting with them on a more one-on-one basis and seeing if I can nut out their objections. But I've had some doozies, but people, Anna and I talked today about, really, are some of these people ready to join my business, and do I really want to build with them? And some of the people that have had these objections probably really aren't the best people that I would like to build my business as a partner with me. They probably aren't as motivated as they first came across to be. And, but, having that relationship value with them, I've found that I've discovered that. I haven't just, I don't mind people jumping in. You can generally tell when you've got a red hot prospect in front of you. But some of these objections, I'm still definitely learning Anna's language. But some of these people have had so many objections that they're hard to get on a three-way, so that Anna can help me with those objections.
Well,
Anna, I'm very sorry.
What we were talking about, Jacqueline, with Jacqueline this morning, was some objections, and then the posture with which you help these people overcome these objections. I can't think of the examples that we were talking about this morning, but when, if you're certain, when you speak with certainty, and I said to Jacqueline this morning, what we do, if people are having a hard time enrolling people, they're not being able to transfer their belief and their vision. Because someone joins your business because you are selling them your belief and your vision. And when you're crystal clear on that and passionate about it, people just want to join you because of your excitement. That's how I find people join me, because of my passion. One woman that she's quit recently, but she joined me. She goes, I joined because of your passion. She goes, I didn't look into the business. I didn't look into what it was or whether I had the time for it, all that sort of stuff. I just joined you because of your passion. So when you speak with conviction, if whatever objection someone has, there's a solution for that. An objection is a problem. What's the opposite solution for that? I don't have the time. Yes, that's exactly right. That's why you need this business. That's why you need to be able to free up some time. And then you use people's stories. Stories sell. So facts tell, stories sell. So if someone says that they don't have time, yes, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? We had one of our 7-figure income earners was working 90 hours a week in his personal gym as a trainer, and he built this business on 7 hours a week, and within 9 months, he replaced his income. So you pick up stories. For every objection, there is a solution. Okay, so and you have to be really crystal clear on where our company stands. We're number 18. We're $1 billion company. What if someone's saying about the products that they're not sure about the products? Well, look, or if they're believing in their company, because people are passionate about their companies. But just in case you get a prospect from another company, you would say, well, look, what is the marketplace demand? And this is what I was talking to Jacqueline about today. I think they were talking about a product or whatever. And that's right, it was a juice lady, a lady who's not doing really well in her juice company. And I said to her, well, why don't you ask her, how many times do you see a juice commercial on television? How many times do you see an anti-aging commercial on television? Every day we see anti-aging commercials. All of the mainstream products, L'Oreal, Avon, Revlon, even oil of Olay, they all now have anti-aging factors, anti-aging products in their range. And not only that, the morning shows every day, like they have those dragon bloods. I don't even know what they are. But they also have these wrinkle stuff. Then you could turn that around and say, wow, well, how would you like to make money on something that the market demands? We have a product that the market demands. The marketplace demands this product. They don't demand juice. They don't demand jewelry. They don't demand all sorts of all the other products that are out there or internet marketing and that sort of stuff. What we have is what the marketplace demands. That's why we've hit $1 billion in sales. So work on if someone has an objection, work on the positive solutions. So an objection is a problem. What's the solution? And help them see it for themselves. When you help someone see that for themselves, they then can see themselves in there, and then they see the solution. And that will help break some of those barriers down. Has anybody got any questions about objections so far?
Get plenty of them.
I know. Look, we're not here to convince anybody.
No.
But the lady I signed just recently, her objection was that she was a bit tight on the funds because of her life situation and all that sort of stuff. And I helped her see how much she needed this to help her free up her situation.
Yeah.
I spoke with her in the morning, and that evening she was on board. Because I helped her, I transferred my belief, I transferred my vision to her, and she could see herself in it. So, okay, so that's what we're doing with objections. The other thing that, Rick, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, Anna. Yesterday I had a prospect email me from my video campaign, which was going. So I got him on the webinar last night, the Linden webinar. Very impressed. Wanted to meet me. I met with him today, a coffee, and he loved everything about it. The only big concern of him was he seems to have a very skeptical wife, and evidently through some past experiences, he's lost a bit of money through making rash decisions. So, I was thinking, okay, so what can I say to ease his mind? So I put it to him that, if she's skeptical, that's great. Why don't you consider buying a pack while we've got this deal going and give it to her as a present to trial it out? So, that was pretty much the only thing I could think of to overcome that moment. I don't know if you've got anything better when you've got a skeptical partner.
So if somebody, he's coming from a perspective of fear that he's going to be locked into something. Well, then I would handle that, and I would say, well, listen, lucky we have a 30-day money-back guarantee.
I did that. Yeah, I gave him that too. So I pulled out all the guns.
Okay. And so what we want to be able to do is give people the freedom. We want to be able to share with people, listen, you're not locked into anything. And it's world-class products, and you can't get those sorts of products over the counter anywhere else for that price. So it's just even if you just want to use it as a beautiful product and have a look at the physical changes that happen. Take a before photo. Make sure you take a before photo before you use them, and then take an after photo a month later down the track, because then that gets people excited. You take away, because he's worried about network marketing. So he's worried about being locked in something that they've lost money. Well, there's no money. You don't lose money in this company because you're buying a product. You can lose money. Like I spent $5,000 on a digital company. In my opinion, I lost money because I got digital material for it. But in this company, what you're getting is an incredible product that's been created by a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, for goodness sake. So you need to help them see the value in what they've got here and the benefits that they'll get from it. Then that will, and plus the 30-day money-back guarantee, and then there's no risk. Now, this is one thing I want to talk to people as well about, because I don't think enough of this is happening, okay? I did a course with Brad Sugars. Now, Brad Sugars is an entrepreneur based, I think he's based, well, he's Australian, I think he's based in the Gold Coast, but he was a multimillionaire in his mid-20s. Now, he teaches sales, and he says you have to make the sale. That's what he says. You have to make the sale. So if you're talking to all these people, you've got all these prospects, they've watched the webinar, they like what they've seen, they're iffy or whatever. That's how I made my sale the other night. I asked for the sale. Well, look, sounds like you're ready to get started. Or on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with jumping on board with us? That's everything I've learned from Eric Worre. On a scale of 1 to 10, based on the information that you've seen, where are you with jumping on board with us? If he's going to say an 8 or a 9, you can say, okay, great. So what other information can I share with you and provide with you? Now watch how I'm saying this with posture. I'm saying this with certainty. I'm saying this with posture and absolute certainty and clarity. Remember, you have to shift that belief that you're in service. You're working in service for the person that you're with. You're not making a sale, for example. You're not looking at in terms of what you're going to make or how much money you're going to make or the commission you're going to make. You shift that whole perspective and conscious belief and thought, how can I serve this person? So you're serving this person by getting them involved in something like this. And when you believe that you are helping them to potentially change their lives, it's very easy to make a sale. It's very easy to make a sale. Listen, you've got 30 days to get your money back. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with jumping on board with us? Look, I'm a 9. Look, I had one girl say she's an 11. I said, great. Have you got 5 minutes? Let's do it right now. Let's do it. Sounds like you're ready to get started. Let's go. Have you got 5 minutes? Are you near your computer? I do it from my end because I take control of the sale. Okay, because I've lost sales because we had a lot of trouble with the addresses initially, etc. People couldn't get in, and then they got frustrated, confused, and they say, oh, I'm not meant to join. So that's why I take control of the sale, and I walk them through each of the packs. With posture and conviction, you ask for the sale. Sounds like you're ready to get started. Great. Have you got
close often?
What's that?
Close often. Always close.
Yeah, you close the sale. Make the sale. Make it happen. Yes, Kenny.
We used to get a lot of freeways. We don't have a lot of freeways with you, but for some reason, it's dropped off heaps. It's like you said, you have to get them on the, like you said, what you out of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself, out of that number? And yeah, we used to do a lot of with you all the time, but for some reason, we stopped doing it. I don't know. Is it either because people are more aware, or I don't know?
Well, look, if you can get, a three-way call is ideal because you've introduced a third party, so it helps with them to see that there's more than just you and them. There's a team and there's support and that sort of stuff. But if you can do the sale on your own without doing the three-way call, then you just go ahead and do the sale. So, like, for example, like last night, I made a sale and I didn't have to say to her, because she said, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with jumping on board with us? I'm an 11. Great, let's get you started. So I'm not going to say to her, okay, well, let's get you on a three-way call. And you don't say three-way call. What you do is you say, if you've got someone on when the follow-up call, when you book the follow-up call and when they're a qualified person, that means they've watched the webinar or they've been to an event. Listen, what I'd like to do now is get you is connect you with my mentor or someone I work with or whatever. Don't say upline. We don't use network marketing technology. We just say I'd like to connect you with someone who's got some success, who's got some great success in the business. Look, she's traveling the world. She's replaced her full-time income in residual. She'll be able to answer any of your questions because she's been in a lot longer than I have or whatever. So, okay. And then you just wait for their response, and then you can say, okay, great, look, I'll just hold for one moment, I'll connect you. Then you put the other person either on the call before, you either prep that other person on the call before, and then you can put me on hold, or whoever you're using, put them on hold. Then you do your follow-up. Then you can connect us. But we never say, would you like me to put you on a call with a three-way? As soon as you say to someone, would you like or can I, you lose power over that conversation and over that sale. We don't ask for permission. We direct the call. We direct the sale. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you polish when you polish up that experience, and when you start to polish this up, you'll be able to make a lot more sales a lot more quicker. Okay, any questions on that at this stage? Okay, cool. So what is really, really important, that the energy of the whole of JFI has dropped a lot. So I don't know what's going on. It's with me, it's with everybody, everything. There's a lot less sign-ups. I'm not seeing people being welcomed to our chats or to the teams. I'm not seeing any rank advancements. Everything's gone to a halt. Okay, so we need to pick up our game a little bit more, okay? Because I remember when I started, there was so many rank advancements all the time, so many welcomes. Everybody seems to have come to a sort of a bit of a dry spell. So we've got to focus on what we want and focus on what we're good at. Yes, Mick.
Yeah, no, we're just in that little bit of a hole. We're just
yes.
helping each other back out. It's all good.
Yes.
You know,
and
like,
remember what Craig always says, the way to get out of a slump is focus on another 10. If you've got a team that's not doing anything, focus on another 10. We're not here to force anybody to do anything. I'm not here to force anybody to jump on this call. Who's on this call, congratulations. Who's not, well, maybe they're there if they're at an event, that's great. If people get busy, but your commitment will show up in your results. Okay, so you've got to plug in. Now, the number one thing that I think people are not doing is that they're slacking off a little bit. You've still got to be on every Monday night webinar. You've still got to get on the diamond trainings. You've still got to get on team calls like this. You've got to read something every day. Who's read those 5 books? I think it's 5 books, or is it 7 books, or whatever, 5 or 7 books that are written in the Getting Started training that we need to read. Who's read the 5? Nobody. I bet. You have, Gordes? All 5?
Well done.
I don't remember them though.
Magnetic
I read them.
Magnetic sponsoring is one. Think and Grow Rich is another. My first year in network marketing. But I can't remember the other 2.
That's great.
We need to plug in. But this is the thing. People aren't plugging in. People are getting comfortable. This is what everybody's doing. Everybody's getting comfortable with where they're at. And then they're feeling sorry for themselves because they're not moving. Personal development is a journey that is a persistent and consistent journey. Your income follows your personal development. If you've stopped watching something every day, or a diamond training every day, or something every day that's going to get you energetically in the headspace of this game, get your head in the game, and that includes your affirmations, that includes your daily goals, that includes everything that's required to get you into where you want to be in this business. And Aaron also said, and I haven't done this myself, and I've been planning on doing it, and I'm going to be doing it, where you write down your affirmations or your goals. You write down your goals. You record them on your iPhone. You can play YouTube music at the background or whatever, and you listen to those goals every single day. This is something that we've got to do. Remember, the outside world is a reflection of your inside world. So any blocks that are happening on the outside is simply a reflection of what's happening on the inside. So we've got to lift up our game a little bit. Everybody starts off getting excited. Oh yeah, brilliant compensation. Yeah, I've seen that video, 7 secrets. Yep, 7 secrets to 7 figures. Then the 4-year career. Yeah, I've just got the 4-hour work week. I'm reading that at the moment. But we need to be reading something every day. And I can guarantee you that the number 1 income earners, the ones that are standing on the stage, have a library of personal development books, of abundance, of finance, of all sorts of things. Communication, language, sales books, all that sort of stuff. So Make sure that you're plugging back in, that you're getting yourself back energetically involved in the business and in the building, because the building will come automatically when you're energetically aligned with with information that's going to shift your thoughts. Because when we hit a slump, when you go down in that slump, it's so hard to pull yourself back out of that. And then sometimes it could take months for you to pull yourself up out of that. Like Kat was saying, you know, she's hit a bit of a wall, so she's in a big slump, and it's really hard to get yourself back out of there. But the way to get yourself back out of there is to focus. What are your goals? Why are you here? And know that there are people out there just waiting for you to contact them, just waiting for you to reach out to them. But it's our job to find them. Okay, so we've covered a fair bit tonight. Any questions before we wrap up?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Having been overseas and everything, I've actually got out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I've got my pamphlets, as I've posted a few times, and I've actually gone out and spoken to people, and I find that it's a lot of enjoyment to do it. You don't have to necessarily go and you know, tell people what you're doing, and I'm talking quietly because it's 3:30 in the morning here. You don't have to necessarily go and do your pitch and do the spiel and do all that sort of type thing. But as long as you're talking, just smile at them, say good day, say whatever. And, you know, out of the 100-odd pamphlets that I brought with me, I've given out about 60 of them. You know, so it does work. I haven't got anybody signed up yet, but I don't know what's going to happen down the track, because you don't know what you don't know.
They'll come back.
They'll come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they'll come back. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm sending a video of Angela tomorrow to a couple from Colombia that have lived here in Canada for 9 years, and they're going back to Canada and back to Colombia. And I said, "Oh, I think my business goes to Colombia." And he looked at me like that, you know. And it was sort of like it just came up from just chatting to him, just talking, you know, how's it going, using form, family, occupation, recreation, and what's the end? I didn't get to the end because
yeah, I've got it written: family, occupation, recreation, and D for direction. Where you're going in life, I think.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly. And it just talking to him, it's just so easy, and you know, it just gets you off that Facebook, which is where the hole that I fell into. You know, so.
And learn to talk to strangers. Well, like Max is doing that now. Learn to talk to strangers. If you're sitting up, I don't know, wherever you are, if you're sitting at a bar or at a restaurant and someone's next to you and you catch eye contact, just test yourself. Give yourself eye contact and compliment someone. You can just compliment someone and say, "Hey, great shoes. Love those shoes. Where'd you get them from?" That's it. It doesn't mean you have to go and pitch that person, but it's getting you out of your comfort zone. It's helping you to connect. We've got to connect with people. This is the people connecting business. If you're afraid
3-foot rule.
What's that?
Use a 3-foot rule. Anybody comes within 3 foot, say good day.
Love it. Yeah. There you go. And that's what I did with that woman. Look, I might have a whole team building because I just spoke to that woman on the flight. But I didn't pitch her, and I wasn't planning on pitching her. But I thought if there was an opportunity, but I broke the ice by having a conversation with her. I could see she was in need. I thought she might need some headache tablets. I've got some headache tablets. That's me extending myself. That's me trying to take care of her. Is there anything? And she thought that was, she later said to me, she thought that was so kind. I said, well, look, I thought you were in pain. I thought I have a solution for the problem, don't I? So I'm going to offer it. What we do, we're problem solvers. We wait for people to come up with a solution. And then when you pitch someone, it's just a one-liner. It's just a one-liner. Hey, listen, have you ever thought about doing anything outside of what you're currently doing?
Yeah.
That's it. If they say, well, actually, yeah, I am, we'll say, great, well, listen, can I send you some information? What's the best contact number? That's it. And you usually do that just before you have to leave.
Yeah.
You don't have a conversation about your business. I didn't want to get into any conversation while I was on the plane, because then she's going to ask me a million questions. I want to I want to be able to pitch her the last second where everybody's getting off, getting their suitcases. She's got no time. We've got no time to talk about shop. So before you leave, like when you're paying the check, wow, I love this place. It's amazing customer service here. I just want to congratulate you on your service. Really well done. Hey, listen, and how long have you been working here? Wow, do you love it? Fantastic. Well, listen, I'm expanding my business in the area. Do you keep your career options open? That's it. When you compliment someone, their guard drops down. All of a sudden you become likable. That looks like you've got a spider at the back of your head, Max.
Oh, it does. Go now.
Doesn't it? Looks like a spider. It's a flower, but it looks like this big spider over your shoulder. Yeah, that's out on the wall. Okay, so does that make sense?
Yeah.
If they say no, I'm not open to anything. Okay, well that's fine. Well, thanks for your time. Like and like in one of the trainings from Todd Falcone, he says he can be dropped off in any city, in any country, or probably not any country, but any city that speaks English, and he says he can build a team straight away. And he gives examples of that in that recording. But remember, everything is also on YouTube. YouTube is filled with resources. How to prospect. There's a video by Laura Cowell, and I've shared this so many times. She's a seven-figure income earner in Nu Skin, and that's all she does. She deliberately leaves the house and deliberately goes looking for people that she likes their energy, she likes the look of them, and she pitches them. But first she gives the compliment. Then she says, "Oh, are you from this area?" And especially at airports, if they say where they're from, she says, "Oh, wow, I'm expanding my business in that area." She's really clever. But her name's Laura Cowell, and you can look her up on YouTube, Laura Cowell Prospecting, and I've shared that in our team. Okay, guys. So remember to plug in. Remember that every objection. It's simply someone needs some more information. But for every objection, what's the solution? Your posture, the way you talk to people with certainty, with passion.
I've got something for the team. When
What?
you're ready, sorry. Yeah. Well, just to share what I do. I mean, I've spoken over the last 7 weeks over 1,000 different prospects, and I've got quite a few emails and get comebacks and that sort of thing. So, I mean, I drive Uber for a living, so I get to like 25 to 30 people in my car every day. So, every one of them, I just suss them out first, see where they're at, and a lot depends on how long the trip is and see how far I get with them. But yeah.
Okay.
I try and get emails off them or something like that. But
okay. Here's the thing about
pretty good.
Here's the thing about an email, Mick. You can't tell if they've opened it.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So okay, so shift that a little bit and say, hey, listen, look, if you give me a number, I can send you over a link, or I can send you over a 2-minute video or a 4-minute video or whatever you want to send.
Yeah.
So you've got their phone number. You've got them by the short and curlies.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've got an email, they won't respond to your email. Okay, because remember, people are afraid of being sold to. But people will respond to someone who looks like or who appears to be actually really caring about them and offering them a way to change their circumstances, situation. So, okay, so instead of the email, say, listen, what's the best contact number? Let me flick you over a link. Let me flick you over a video, and you write that number down. That's it. Then you're done. Then you've got a prospect.
Too easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
So shift that, just shift that a little bit. See, sometimes it's just a little bit of tweaking in what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of vomiting and I just drowning with shit, and I've learned a lot. Yeah, it's taken 1,000, but now I think I'm just about tweaking it up now. So.
Okay, perfect. So
or a Facebook request. Or a Facebook request, because everybody's got Facebook as well.
Yeah, that's what I did with that. That's what I did with that girl.
Yeah, I got a few Facebook requests. Yeah.
That's what I did with that girl on the plane as well. I said, listen, hey, well, look, everybody's getting up and going to that. Hey, listen, can I connect with you on Facebook and we can chat further about it on Facebook? But I already had her card.
Yeah.
And I already had, because she can then watch. I know that she'll be watching my posts. I know that she'll go and look through maybe my previous posts, check me out. Who am I? She'll see that I went to Europe. She'll see that I did a cruise. Okay, so then that's going to show her who I am. So try and get I mean, look, if you don't get the chance to, but number one is to get the phone number. Then you've got the power.
Yeah.
And so, Max, same with, I mean, giving out flyers as well. The thing about flyers.
I've got numbers as well. I've got numbers as well.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm giving out a shitload of those. They just got phone number on them, so they'll have to get back to us by phone number.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Ask for referrals, Anna.
What's that?
Ask for referrals.
Yeah, ask for referrals as well. Yep, that's one thing I don't do enough of. Do you want to elaborate on that, Lourdes?
Well, I saw Angela in action in taxi in the Gold Coast. She got in the front seat and started talking to the taxi driver, and she sort of said to him, "Oh, you know, is this the only thing that you do?" And he said, "Yeah, at the moment." And because like we were talking about the conference and everything, and he goes, "Oh, what company are you with?" And she just came straight out with it and said, "Oh, it's Ines Global. It's network marketing. Have you ever heard of it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have. I actually used this company and used to make $40,000 to $50,000 a month." And so she said, "Oh, well, are you open to looking at something new?" And he said, "No, not really." And she goes, "Well, you'd be surprised at how interesting it is. And a lot of people think they're not interested, but once they start looking, they're quite impressed." And she sort of left it at that. And then we were just talking. And then eventually he said, "Oh, look, give me a business card because I might know someone who actually would be interested." Because before she said that, she goes, "Oh, look, if you're not interested, someone else, do you know anyone that might be?" And he didn't say anything. But then at the end of it, he said, "Oh, look, give me your business card and I might know someone that might be interested." And she gave him her card. So always ask for referrals, because if it may not be for that person, it may be for someone that they know, or you plant the seed in their mind and then later on they might, you know, be talking to someone and think, "Oh, maybe this might be something they're interested in."
That's right. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, Lourdes. Okay, guys. Let's just do a photo. Tracy and Mick, can you put your camera on? Let's do a team photo. Jacqueline, you can't put your camera on. Let's just do like a V or something. And big smiles. Yay. Okay. Luciana, put your fingers up. Smile. Okay, got it. Thank you, guys. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to end the recording. Okay, I hope you all got some value out of this. If you've got any questions and you need to connect, or just please feel free to connect, ask questions. Everybody's been on the call tonight. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll do this a little bit more often, a bit more regular, just to get some team momentum happening and get us reconnected. Okay, guys? See you later.